guys and girls, and welcome on back to, well, let's call this a part 2 of my top 10 retro games that I either owned or rented as a kid. And this time we're going into a personal favourite of mine, which is the SEGA Master System. So you guys seem to enjoy the first one, so I'm going to give you my SEGA Master System list this time. Now, this was a hard one because I had quite a large library of Master System games when I was growing up. I had 27 games for the SEGA Master System, and there's quite a lot of games I played kind of outside of that kind of a child era, and when emulation came around, I've played a lot of games that I didn't play back then, and I had to cut them off the list, which has been pretty tough. So let's get into this. This is my top 10 SEGA Master System games that I either owned or rented. Let's go. So, starting off at number 10, we have Asterix. I absolutely love this game, even more so than all the sequels that followed. It's based on the French comic books of Asterix and Obelix, each with their own skills and strengths, and it's full of colourful graphics, fun platforming, and charming animations. You can really tell the developers had an absolute blast making this game, and it's easily one of the most solid platformers on the system. Asterix and Obelix, an absolute gem. And then at number 9, we have Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. Now, this whole Land of Illusion series is one I'd love to see get a full remake. Just like Castle Illusion back in, 2013. This one had that magical storybook feel to it. Very clever level design and an awesome soundtrack. Now, it might look like a kiddie's game, but these Disney games absolutely rocked on the Master System. I mean, NES was doing it and was absolutely bombarding us with all these Disney games, and it was quality. But Sega picked up the ball and just ran with it. Land of Illusion, Mickey Mouse, it has that Metroidvania kind of style to it, where you've got to adventure through the levels. You have to keep coming backwards and forwards between levels to unlock different perks and stuff like that. It's such a good game. This is a proper platformer. We're full of charm and fantastic gameplay. And coming in at number 8, we have Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Duck. Yet another Disney game. Like I just said, they came at an abundance, and they were all great. The Lucky Dime Caper is just, it's a solid game. Platforming, level design, soundtrack, and just an all-round great gaming experience. Now, funnily enough, this game did get I think it got 2 sequels, I think. But in my opinion, I think it peaked with the first one, and they tried to do too much with, I think it was called Deep Down Capers. They tried to do too much, and overcomplicated things. Lucky Dime Capers, just simple, tight controls, and awesome gameplay. And yet again, another game I'd love to see get a remake, get a modernised version of this. It'd be epic. And in at number 7, we have Rastan. Now, this game used to be a hidden gem a good few years ago, but I'm finding that a lot of people do know about this game, a lot of people do love this game, and this game has become one of the most loved Master System games over the years. Everyone I've talked to that's got a Master System or a Master System collection or even played this is right up there in their list. It's gritty, good swordplay, plenty of monsters to slay in just a solid side-scroller that gives you a serious Conan the Barbarian vibe. Now, in at number 6, we have Wonder Boy in Monsterland. Now, Monster World and Dragon's Trap are by far the better games. But like I said before, this is a list of games that I owned, and unfortunately, I didn't own them games for the Master System. Wonder Boy I owned for the Mega Drive, and maybe we'll do a Mega Drive list at some point. That will definitely be on it. But Monsterland, This game is a good blended platformer with RPG mechanics way before RPG was kind of really taking off. You go around collecting gold, buying new gear, and facing off against loads of enemies and just a tankard load of bosses in a multitude of doors. You never know when you're going to run into a boss. You open a door and there's just a boss in your face. It's just one of them games you could spend hours exploring, trying to find secrets and still not find everything. A real adventure from start to finish. Quality game. And number 5, we have Master of Darkness. This one gave me a proper Castlevania vibe. I think this was Sega's direct competition to try to compete with Nintendo's success on the Castlevania series. Gothic levels, creepy enemies, and a spooky soundtrack. As you battle through stuff like graveyards, haunted houses, you fight vampires, mummies, ghosts, dogs, blokes with machine guns. There's all sorts in this. It's set around a story with where Jack the Ripper is kind of seen as a messenger for the devil, which you end up finding out the devil is Dracula. It's just such a cool game. Now, is it at the same level as a Castlevania game? I wouldn't say it's as good as a Castlevania game, but it was a one and done. I feel as though if Sega would have carried on with this franchise, they could have done something really special with it. Might be one you want to touch up on, Sega. Bring back Master of Darkness. And at number 4, we have Castle of Illusion. And I know this might surprise some people, but I actually prefer the Master System version over the Mega Drive version. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Mega Drive version. It is in my top 10. But the Master System version had something different about it. The levels were more puzzle-based and more complex, where the Mega Drive version was more of a linear A to B kind of platformer. The Master System one made you think more on trying to explore the levels. There's multiple pits you could drop down, so you'd find yourself dropping down every pit you see to see whether there's the screen transitions down into a new area. It was really well done and well designed, and visually isn't that far away from the 16-bit version. It still looks great, and the music is unforgettable. So here we go, we're in the final stretch, and just like I did with the NES list I gave you, I'm going to give you 5 hidden gems, because this was really hard to break down, and I had to miss out a lot of really good games. There's a couple of games on here that I even swapped out of my top 10, because I had a lot of games, and I've got a lot of nostalgia and a lot of love for the Master System. So, before we get into our final 3, here's our 5 honourable mentions. Number 3, we have Batman Returns. Sega absolutely nailed this one with I would say it was probably there trying to rival the NES version. Now, don't get me wrong, the gap was missed. I mean, the NES version is an absolute icon of a game, but in its own right, Batman Returns on the Master System did really, really well. The action is fast, the levels are really well designed, the soundtrack is pretty cool. There's only a few handful of tracks, but it's pretty good. The tracks they give you is pretty good, and it had that proper Batman mood with its grappling hook and your batarangs, and being able to upgrade it by picking up bat symbols. It didn't feel like a lazy movie tie-in at all. It felt like a real gritty superhero game. I played this one an absolute ton growing up, and it had that proper 90s Batman experience. And in number 2, we have Sonic Chaos. This is one of the most fun Sonic games out there, and it never ever gets a mention by other people that are doing videos and stuff like that. When I speak to other Master System fans or lovers or anything like that, Sonic Chaos never ever gets a mention, and it's absolutely criminal. You got both Tails and Sonic to play as. You blast through levels with rocket boots, and it still has that fast-paced, exciting platforming. Honestly, I'd love to see this game upscale to like a 16-bit, if someone could port it to the Mega Drive and put it on a cart maybe, or even if we got, you know what I would like to see from Sega? A Sonic the Hedgehog maker. I'd just remake this game. It would be epic. And finally, my number 1, Golden Axe Warrior. Now, here's the thing with this game. This game was never meant to be mine. The story behind this is I went to Toys R Us with my grandparents to pick up Golden Axe 2 after the store assistant said that they had it in stock. I have mentioned this before in a previous video. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel as well. It's a video titled My Sega Memories. The whole story is within that video. But yeah, I was supposed to go and pick up Golden Axe 2 because my nan didn't want me to get upset. I ended up getting Golden Axe Warriors, and this wound up being my favourite game of all time on the Master System. It's got that Legend of Zelda gameplay style. It was a direct competition game for Legend of Zelda, and in my opinion, absolutely destroyed everything that Nintendo gave that game. Sega actually blew them out of the water. Better graphic design, better sound quality, better controls, better story. It was just all in all, just a better game. So this game to me is just, it's pure nostalgia, pure memories, and is what I would call a happy accident. Golden Axe Warrior, if you've never played this game, you've got to try it. It's an absolute gem. So, there you have it, guys. My top 10 Sega Master System games of all time that I either owned or rented. This one was so hard to do. I had to play around with the list for a good couple of hours just to get my ultimate top 10. I may even have to change out a couple of my my actual top 10 owned games now for it as well, which is now going to cost me money. But yeah, if you like this, don't forget to leave me a like, don't forget to subscribe, and leave your comments in the bottom as well. Let me know what your top 10 on the Master System was, or give me your overall best Master System game that you feel should have made my list maybe. So, keep gaming, stay retro, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.